I think you're lying, Rasic. I think some of your men aren't fully licensed.
Hey guys, George G.I. Joe here, and today we're doing a video on the Bargain Center Surplus located in San Diego, California. Opened in 1961, the Bargain Center was one of those surplus stores I wanted to go last year, but I couldn't because I didn't have time. But now that I do, all I gotta say is that the store itself is pretty decent in terms of military surplus, as there are tons and tons of mostly US surplus, but also some foreign stuff, which is really good. And I'll show you the foreign stuff later on. As you can see, we have some RPG bags and some World War II assault bags. But unfortunately, the prices of the items are way too expensive for me. I mean, I get that San Diego is quite expensive in terms of rent, but this is a little bit too much. As you can see, there's a lot of canteens over there. Some duffel bags. Some straps, which I'm not sure what they are, but yeah, as you can tell, the store is a complete mess. I did watch a video on this store that's around 10 years old, and the store is a lot cleaner than it is today. You can see there are some sleeping bags. Of course, surplus stores tend to be fairly messy and quite dirty, but this is a new type of mess. And as you can see, there is a pile of DPM 84s, as well as some Dutch HB t-shirts. And yeah, I can tell that this store is way too messy to the point that a pile of Dutch surplus is blocking the path. I mean, it's nice to see foreign camel, especially a lot of it, but still, I mean, couldn't you find a place to store it? I don't know. So here's a pile of M65, and throughout this pile, I found a Dutch field jacket, which is pretty cool, but unfortunately, the prices I'm willing to bet be a little bit too much for me. You never know where you're gonna find this store, as you have to look through the pile of clothes. Sometimes it's the same thing, but other times you do see some stuff like this jacket. Here is what I believe is a tropical DPM smock. And I say believe because I'm not really sure if they actually made a tropical DPM smock. And even though it was around $30, I ended up not buying it, mainly because the sleeves are a little bit too long and I didn't want to spend $30 on a jacket that I probably not going to use. Despite my issues, it's still a pretty good surplus store. It's better than the last one, as it's practically a Carhartt store. However, the biggest issue is that the prices are way too expensive, which is probably why there's so many stuff. Probably because nobody wants to buy vintage stuff, especially the foreign ones. Uh, as you can see, there is a huge ton of DBDU uniforms. This is probably the most DBDU uniforms I've ever seen in a surplus store. At least so far. Here are an aisle of I believe German jerry cans. And so as you can tell, that some of the footage are a little bit wonky, as I try to be a little bit incognito. However, later on I did casual record. You see there are more DBDU pants. There's a huge amount of DBDU, and if you want to do a Gulf War impression, this is the place to get your DBD uniforms. Here are a pair of DPM-84 pants, and unfortunately it's around $40, which I wanted to buy, but I just didn't want to pay $40 for pants. Unless it's like something unique. I also found this Dutch M78 small pack, which is a copy of the British Pattern 37. As you can tell, there is a decent amount of Romanian gas mask. And yeah, I think Romanian military is going to be there for a little while. Here is the body armor. There are more stuff I didn't record, and the reason why is because I didn't want to have issues with the store owners, as I have issues running into them in the past, and I don't want to repeat that mistake again. But even then, there was still a lot of footage I was able to gather. Oh yeah, here's another pile of DPM-84s. Unfortunately, I didn't find anything, which kind of sucks because I did want to buy DPM-84s. The one I want specifically is the tropical version, as the tropical one was, I wouldn't say rare, but it's something you don't see often. But with that said, that's pretty much it for now. So here's a little footage of the Oceanside Pier, and as you can tell, the building is pretty much gone. So the building that used to be in this pier got burnt down, and here's a photo I took last year. There's pretty much nothing now. I'm sure they're going to build a new building over here, but I'm not too sure. Possibly they're going to leave it as is for the foreseeable future. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, bye.